Welcome everyone to UFC 316, the Method of Victory Power Rankings Draft. This is a big one. This is you got a lot of chalk on this card. You're figuring out how to lower the odds. We got some really, really good ways to do that. So we'll stall a little bit and let everyone trickle in. We are live here on the Winning in the Shadows YouTube channel as well as on Twitter and X. So let us know in the comments what you guys like. This is a fascinating card. I don't think I've ever been more excited to go through the different methods of victory. If you're new to the show, first off, thanks for joining us. Please hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, do that. We're at 1,100 subscribers on the Winning in the Shadows. Yay, us. Doing great. Yeah, it's very simple. This is how it works. Jim and I go through the fights. We take turns picking a fight. We have to pick the winner and the method of victory. Can't say inside the distance. You have to say submission, decision, or knockout. So what's up, Chris? How you doing? So, yeah, let us know in the live chat what you guys like here. So
props are. I think these props are not a commodity. They are a necessity. Like with the chalk this week, you got to be good on your props, and you got to be careful on your props this week. So Method of Victory Friday show is a necessity this week on this chalky pay-per-view.
Yeah. So we're going to do That's My Fight. That's My Fight is where Jim and I get to rope off a fight that the other one cannot take. So we'll do the coin flip here to determine who gets to pick their first That's My Fight. I'll call it an air. Heads.
Ooh, he's on a roll, man.
I'm on a roll. I want the Spivak fight.
Okay.
I want Spivak Acosta fight. Who do you want for That's My Fight?
I'm going to take Kong and Silva.
Okay. Kong and... Lip. I can't
I know. I
I'm just
change
going
it every
Lipski.
time I say it. I don't care. It's fine. Ariani.
Yeah, that's exactly right. So
between her and you, it's been a challenging week.
Ching Sang, yes. Joey Sang you. We'll call him Sang and Lipski. Let's just go Sang and Lipski so we don't confuse ourselves. So, all right, coin flip. I'll call it an air to see who gets the number one overall draft pick. Going heads again.
Oh man,
the man is on fire. All right, so I get the number one overall draft pick. I accidentally left the letter M up there, and I think that is just a perfect segue to my
I wonder who this could be.
Come on, I'm going
This
Merab.
is as mysterious as Cam Ward going number one overall right now. What's the point? Why do we have a ceremony?
Cooper Flag, number one? What? So it's Merab by decision. It's minus 160 on DraftKings. I see minus 150 a bunch of other places. So I just don't see what changes in this fight, Jim. O'Malley's been dealing in businesses outside of UFC. There's been injuries. And what more do we need to see from Merab? How many guys does he have to do this to? It's been decision after decision after decision after decision, and I say he's like sick in the head. He loves fighting in rounds 4 and 5. I don't think he gets clipped. I think he's and even if he does get clipped, he just shoots. You got to knock him out. Because if he gets clipped, he just shoots for the hips and then recovers while he's holding on to you and then wins the round. So Merab by decision has to be my number one pick. Mm-hmm. All right. Number
I'm
2.
using my fight, and I'm using it early.
Ooh, okay.
I'm going with Kong and Lipski, and I'm going Kong by KO TKO. That would be plus 180.
The reason I know the odds is as soon as I got the news.
Yeah,
it was
checking it out.
Yeah.
Don't like to take a single KO prop on a women's fight, but look, when we want to bet against people with ankle wraps, that's one thing. We want to bet against people coming off surgeries, that's another. What Ariani Lipski is going through, I do not wish upon her. I hope that after this fight, she'll be able to take some time off and get that taken care of. But I have to fade it, and this is about making money. And the major weight miss and the news of this coming out, for those of you who don't know, she has a tumor on her pituitary gland.
Yeah, coach said. Yeah, coach said she was sick. That's why she couldn't even begin to finish cutting weight, and she has a tumor on the pituitary gland. And if you looked at her all day today, this did not look good.
this is already somebody who is going to get into a firefight on the feet before we found out the sickness. So now to hear that she's compromised, I have to take Kong by KO this high. That made this from a top 10 pick to a top 3 pick. Just hearing those news that this is one of our angles that will follow, and this is exactly where we make our money. So give me Kong by KO.
All right. We'll go number 3. I'll save that's my fight. No, Corbin, the coin flip is not rigged. I'm just that good at coin flips.
That's like not 2 weeks in a row, just getting murdered.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. I will go. There's one that really, really sticks out, but I'm going to save that one for a little bit. So I'm going to take. I'm going to go to the Joe Pyfer fight. I'm going to go Pyfer by decision at plus 150. He's got power. We know that. Kelvin Gastelum's never been knocked out. He's eaten some big time shots. I know Pyfer has the huge height, got the good reach, but Gastelum is just so tough, man. So if I'm just believing that Gastelum, you can't really knock him out, then I go by submission? Well, I think this fight takes place on the feet. I'm not really sure why Pyfer would want to get this to the ground if he's having success. Pyfer's had cardio issues in the past. I think he bides his time. I think his corner's we need to make sure we're there in the 3rd round. If you don't knock Gastelum out, he's going to have the cardio and the energy in the 3rd. You need to make sure that you've got it in the 3rd. So I think it's a pretty good, dominant performance by Pyfer. I think he wins rounds 1 and 2. 3 could be a little bit close, but I think in the end, Pyfer gets his hand raised and unanimous decision. So Pyfer by decision is number 3 for me. All right, you're next.
Let's go to my boy. It's a Kevin Holland fight week, everybody.
Okay.
So we're going to take Kevin Holland versus Vicente Luque. We're going to take Kevin Holland. I can't go against what I said on the breakdown video. I still believe it. I'm going Kevin Holland by submission.
Ooh,
I think he's going to hurt Luque, but there's going to be a part of Kevin Holland that where all week all you heard about was how Vicente Luque has the best Darce choke, and he's going to choke out Holland, and that's his weakness. Isn't it such a Kevin Holland thing to submit him with a Darce choke and then get on the mic after and talk about how, everybody was counting me out, and I figured I'd just finish him with that move, Make it fun, make it exciting. Such a Kevin Holland thing. Such a Kevin Holland thing. So the plus 550 by submission. I just don't see Kevin Holland really wanting to hurt Luque permanently.
Yeah.
I could see him hurting him and then diving on a neck. And he's got a great Darce choke of his own. So with those long limbs, Luque hurt, he could be in trouble.
What is up with Kevin Holland and getting on Luque about having sex after the fight? After the Buckley fight. Have you seen this?
All he said was, sex is always better after a brawl.
He said it twice though. He keeps harping on this. There's something going on. It's
I have
Kevin
no
Holland.
idea. It's the trash talk is odd. It's not even trash talk. It's just banter.
It's very odd banter. Very odd banter. I'm gonna go ahead and use my that's my fight because I really like this one. I'm gonna go with Spivak, and I think by submission would be the easy way to go here, but I'm going to go by KO at plus 550. I think he gets the ground and pound going. Oops, I lost the screen there. What happened? There we go. I'm going to go Spivak by KO. I think he gets this to the ground. Costa's not shown really good, takedown defense. His takedown defense isn't very good. I think Spivak isn't going to have that much trouble kind of getting him down there. I know Acosta weighed a lot, which I think actually hurts Acosta if it does get down. That's a lot of weight to try and stand up on. And, Spivak could wrap up the arm triangle or just get the ground and pound, work into mount and pound his head through the mat. So I don't think Spivak wastes any time. I think he gets it to the ground, and I love the big plus money on KO. So I'll take Spivak by getting the ground and pound there. So, all right,
love
number
it.
6.
Bold prediction, and will we see Ant Still on both? Is that your
Bold
prediction, Seth, or are you asking us if we will?
Yeah,
Bold prediction. I like it.
Well, we haven't even gotten to the Pena Harrison fight yet.
Seth's overzealous.
Stay tuned because I've got a hot take on that one.
And Bubbles, you need to tell me if O'Malley's first grade teacher's in his corner as well as his father, because that's That's going to change Merab to a massive play. All right, number 6. Let's go Joshua Van. Sticking to my read on this, Bruno Silva's taken way too much damage over his past 2 fights. There's been steroid allegations. Is he on him? Is he off him? Is he on him? Is he off him? And I just saw him wilt against Manel Kape, where Manel Kape did whatever he wanted without a high-volume approach. If Josh Van survives the first round, Silva's a dead man walking. Give me Josh Van by KO at plus 140. I also think that the entire world is on Josh Van by decision because they pegged him as a decision fighter, and that is a scary place to be. Is with the entire flock of sheep on one prop. So I want to be the shepherd, not the sheep. I'll take Van by KO.
Well, Seth, you brought it up. Bold prediction. I do have a bold prediction here. I just think if Kayla Harrison doesn't get Pena out of there early, Pena is going to be hanging around. And I've seen Kayla Harrison not have a whole lot of gas left in the tank. I wasn't that impressed with her win against Ketlin Vieira. And Pena's like the cockroach that just doesn't die. Like how did look at some of her fights. She gets the thrown fight against Amanda Nunes, then she gets her head kicked in by Nunes, and then she gets Raquel Pennington, which I went back and watched, and I still don't think she won that one. She's just always around. I don't want nothing to do with Kayla Harrison winning, but I do want to be holding a Juliana Pena by decision at plus 1,200. I cannot ignore that monstrosity of a price. She's not going to finish Kayla Harrison. She's not subbing Harrison. I don't think she's knocking her out. But, man, if Harrison just doesn't have that gas tank left, look out in rounds 3, 4, and 5. That's going to be too good to pass up. I do think this is a live bet opportunity, but I'm not taking Harrison props at this point. So, paying you by decision, that's going to be my big roll of the dice on this card.
I'm going to go the opposite way on a
Okay.
I'm going to go from a plus 1,200 to a minus 280.
Oh,
because
I know exactly.
as much as I hate the number, it's probably going to happen. So if you need a parlay piece, we're going with Mirzakhanov by KO against Ribeiro.
Agreed.
I can't in good faith say I don't like the number, so I'll pick something else. I think this is – I'm not in the business of parlaying finish props, but if you're going to parlay any finish prop on this card or decision prop, this is the one. Ribeiro is not long for the UFC, and Mirzakhanov just shows up every 8 months and just sends someone into orbit. It's just what he does. We're not going to see him till 2026 after this, where he's going to come in and spark another guy. It's just what he's going to do. So give me Mirzakhanov by KO.
All right. Getting down a little bit to the nitty-gritty, we do have a couple of interesting fights. I'm going to go to I'm going to leave that one. I'm going to leave Patchy Mix for you. You're the Bellator guy. I'm going to go Chaos Williams. I'm going to go by decision at plus 300. I know Gustafsson is a violent man. We've talked about him a lot. Man, we had a big ticket locked and loaded to go on him against Officer Trevin Giles last week. Giles probably correctly pulled out of that fight. I think he was done for. I think Chaos's speed on the outside is going to negate this clinch work. Also, we're in the big cage. That's going to hurt Gustafsson a little bit. I just think Chaos is going to dance around, and I think his reach is going to be a little bit too much. Gustafsson has said himself, I'm not very technical. He's just violent. And all Chaos needs to do is really stay out of that dirty clinch and those amazing knees and elbows that he has. If this is a stand-up, kind of at range, it's Chaos all day. And Chaos, I don't know, one-shot knockout power against Carlston Harris, that doesn't really impress me. He's not doing that against Gustafsson. So I'll take Chaos by decision at plus 300.
I like it. Yeah, it's a real shame we lost that Gustafsson fight, man.
No.
All right, let's go to Bellator PFL fighters, baby. Here it is. Patchy Mix. So, looking at these numbers here, we got Patchy Mix, KO, TKO, plus 1,000, submission, plus 225, and decision, plus 185. There's some factors that I think the books are not paying attention to in this fight. A, it's a pay-per-view fight, a lot of pressure. B, Patchy Mix knows that he can go 5 rounds and have 5 rounds of cardio. So 3 rounds is going to let him march forward like a zombie on Mario Batista. C, Mario Batista, the clinch work is lava. He knows it. That's exactly what he's going to do. He's going to try to not get touched. The problem is going backwards and running away. The second that Patchy can close the distance and get his hands on him, I think he's in a world of hurt. So I'm going to go Patchy Mix by submission. I'll drink the Kool-Aid. I've watched this guy long enough. Even if this is up against the fence standing, the standing guillotine, it's just, I don't see Mario Batista as a fighter who is going to be successful on his back foot. That is never how he has fought. It's been come forward, whether it's pushing the wrestling or pushing the striking. And I think the hype here is going to get Batista out of his game and out of his element. Give me Patchy Mix by sub. Make the splash in your debut, and I hope we see you for the title.
I just can't get that quote out of my head. What do you say? I can submit.
So great.
I can submit Batista.
I could submit him, his coaches, and his training partners. I could submit him, then his coach. I forget how he worded it, but
I love it.
I don't know who's training him, but I could submit them too.
Yeah. Thanks for joining us, everybody. Just a reminder, our 5% UFC Best Bet is up. Still holding on tight to that number one in MMA profits in 2025 over at WagerTalk. 8-2 in 5% best bets on MMA, 5% plays in 2025. So we've held on to the number one spot since the beginning of 2025. We've still got it. Really proud of that. We're at plus 29 units for the year, so on pace for one of our better years that we've ever had. And just a reminder, guys, PFL is next week. June is a big, big PFL month, so we're looking really forward to that. We're going to get started with this 5% play. We have two other plays besides the 5% play. One of them is a plus 150 underdog. I know you guys love those plus money plays, so go ahead and grab that over at WagerTalk, 5% UFC Gold Best Bet Pack. All right, kind of winding down here. I am going to go to... This one's disgusting. This one's gross. Nobody wants a piece of Yanal Ashmoose. I do.
Darn, I wanted him. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna go by decision at plus 900.
Love it.
Should Sauklid win? Yeah, but we talked about this in breakdown. We have two fighters. Both of them are 8-1. One of them has 2 UFC wins. The other has a win in 20 seconds over a bum. Ashmuth is this annoying guy that can get takedowns. He's got power, as Sam Patterson will tell you. So I just don't think that Sauklid is as good. And we love Sauklid. We loved him coming off contention. We cashed an easy ticket on him his UFC debut. I just think Ashmoose is got decent enough striking to keep Sauklid at distance. Remember, Sauklid does not have very good strike defense. That was a little bit of exposed. And Sauklid's decent on the ground. I think Ashmoose might be a little bit better. This is a parlay buster if I've ever seen one. So I'll take the absolutely disgusting ticket that nobody, and I mean nobody, wants to bet. But Ashmoose by decision at 9-1 is going to be an underdog pick.
I'm in. I'll stand in the foxhole with you. I'm in.
JP, Robin Holland, all by decision, plus 8,300. Now we're talking. Some big paydays.
So, Bubbles, with the New Jersey Judges reminder, I want to remind you something, Bubbles. This is at the Prudential Center in Newark. This is in Atlantic City. Now, I'm not saying that the judges aren't going to be corrupt, but Atlantic City, that's the Chris Weidman card, is known for that. I was not shocked at all when there was multiple screw jobs on that card, but let's hope Newark is a little bit better here. A little bit better. Number 12.
All right. Yep.
I'm going to do you a solid, and I'm going to leave Jekka for you, number 13.
Oh, my man.
I know you want the Jekka fight.
Sure.
All right. So we're going to go with Medeiros and Chinsky.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to be so mad at myself if Medeiros makes this Chinsky guy look like he should be in bum fights or jungle fights, okay? So I'm going to go with Medeiros. The Anthony Pettis Fight League affiliation is just such a massive red flag for me. I know Medeiros was just sick. I know he wasn't like the best on the scales today. But he's on the feet. This is a no contest. If he can stuff the takedowns, he's going to absolutely run away with this fight. I've seen Chinsky just be tough and stay in there. He's got a decent chin, but he just doesn't do anything special. I think Medeiros cruises to a decision here at plus 150. I think Mark makes a good account for himself, gets his foot in the door. Medeiros wins the decision.
I got to tell you, sneakily, that's one of my favorite ones. It's boring. Nobody's looking at it, but I do love that one at plus one. You could do way worse than a plus 150 on that fight. So, all right, Jim has left the last one for me. So, Jekka Saragi is not very good. We know this. So my question is, how does Ju Sang Yu win. I'm going to go by submission here.
Okay.
I do think there's a finish. It's a Sergey fight. You know he's going to be wild. You know his path to victory is to land the one-shot knockout. I think he's going to get pretty overzealous. And Sang, I've watched hold guys down, and more importantly, I've watched him get takedowns and hold someone down in the third round. He's got that cardio. I think the easiest path to victory is Sergey, who's notorious for having horrific takedown defense and grappling. And then he was quoted as saying, oh, I can't wait to show off my new grappling. Like, okay. Yeah, I can't wait either. I would love to see Sergey try and get in a grappling match with this guy. So, listen, Sang, they didn't even put him on road to UFC. They just fast forward him here. Sang has questionable strike defense. Surely they've worked on that. But I think it's only a matter of time before he gets Sergey on the ground. And when Sang is on top, he really doesn't rain down a lot of power. He's much more about position and control. But I think Sergey is just going to try and do something stupid and roll out of it and end up giving up his back, and all of a sudden there's an arm bar or a choke going in there. So I'll take Sang by submission there. So
he kind of reminds me of Tyra's wrestling style. Not as good as Tyra, but like Tyra doesn't take you down and pound your head in. He gets that position. He works his way. And, yeah, if he gets in a dominant position over good old Jekka here, it's going to be a long round.
All right, let's go over the recap here. Number 1, we have Merab by decision. Number 2, Kong by KO. Number 3, Pfeiffer by decision. Number 4, Holland by sub. Number 5, Spivak by KO. Number 6, Van by KO. Number 7, Pena by decision. 8, Mirzakhanov by KO. 9, Chaos Williams by decision. Number 10, Patchy Mix by sub. 11, Ashmuz by decision. 12, Medeiros by decision. And number 13, Ju Sang Yu by sub at plus 240. So, once again, guys, if you haven't gotten the 5% best bet, go ahead and do that. That's over at WagerTalk right now. Lines are holding pretty steady. So all those lines look to be pretty good. Go ahead and grab that. Lock it in now. Don't wait till tomorrow morning to do that if you haven't already. So if you haven't hit the like button, please do that. It really helps us grow the YouTube channel. We're still just getting started here. We're in our infancy. And any little thing you can do to help, really appreciate it. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, go ahead and do that. That way you get notified when our live videos come up. Jim and I will be live for Takedown Live on Saturday. So if you want to come hang out, live betting is really been a big source of profits this year, man. You watch our live stream, all you need is one. All you need is one cash on the live bet. And that's how Jim and I look at it. Like, give us one live bet, and the stream is completely worth it. So that's what we're looking to do. We'll be live when the fight starts. So, all right, Jim, how was buying a truck today? Jim got himself a new truck.
We left at 5:30 in the morning. I got home at 5:30 at night. Nothing's better than driving 3 hours to a dealership with an appointment and then finding out when you get there that the truck is not there. And then them feeding you multiple reasons why the truck is not there, none of which are valid. So we went down to the bottom of South Jersey and decided that after we left there, we're going to work our way dealership by dealership back up north. So luckily it was the third one. But the days of walking into a dealership, and if you have the money, dropping $60K on the counter in cash and saying, I want that. Get me the title. I'll see you later. It's long gone, man. Our grandparents really had it made.
I don't get
They
it.
had it made. I want that. Here's the title. Here's the money. See you later. No questions asked.
I never understand why they make it so difficult. It makes you wonder how many deals they've lost. Like, dealerships have
Here's one.
lost by screwing around and jerking people around. So we were talking right before we recorded, and then these dealerships can't figure out why CarMax and buying cars online are smoking the dealerships. It's like, yes, I want said vehicle. Here's my money. And there's no, let me check with the manager, and I'll come out. Can you imagine if they did that at a grocery store? If you got to the cash register and you're like, I would like these eggs. Like, let me get my manager. He's got some special eggs.
Or a bar, right? And of course, Light. Hold on. When somebody wants to give you money, you say yes, and you get them in and out of your place of business as quick as possible to get the next one in. This is a very simple business model. Very simple. Applicable to everything.
That's a great business model. What if bars operated at the same, like I would like a Miller Lite. Let me go get my manager. The manager comes out and is like, listen, I don't have Miller Lite. I do have a $130 shot of Johnny Walker Blue, though. Can I upgrade you? You're really gonna like the feel of this Johnny Walker Blue. No,
They could sell you on the Gap insurance. If you drink half this beer and you have our Gap insurance and it gets warm, you get a whole nother beer nice and cold for you, okay? It's just the cost of 50 beers. So
Yes.
but it'll cover any warm beers that happen from now until, your stay here.
Can I upgrade you
Robbery.
to a? Can I upgrade you to a glass for an extra $1? Like, wait, it doesn't come with a glass? No, you just get the actual liquid of the beer. But for an upgrade, we'll give
Here's
you
a good one I
glass.
got today. I'm an auto mechanic. I have my tools there. Can we sell you a service contract, sir? To a dealership that is 2 hours and 45 minutes away from me. I said no. They said, "Are you sure?" I said it was far away. He goes, "Well, you never know. It might be worth it." Oh, will it? Wow, you're doing a great job.
If the transmission's going out, I'll just limp it 3 hours down to you guys. Hopefully.
The transmission's going out. I'm telling my wife I'm not going to be home for 3 days. Got it fixed.
That's pretty good, Seth. Take the sticker off the back or give me a discount for advertising. Oh, so good. So good. So,
Well, looking forward to tomorrow, guys. We're going to have some fun on the live stream. And we'll come up with some fun things to go over during the pay-per-view. We'll have some pay-per-view time.
absolutely. So, thanks, guys. Have a great Friday night, and we'll see everyone tomorrow. Take care.